Good morning, children. Today, let us start with the third chapter of history, that is, religious promoters and social reformers. Children, in the previous session, I had explained about the medieval India and the political transition. That is, I explained that the dynasties that has ruled the North India, that is, the Rajput dynasties as well as the dynasties of Delhi Sultanate, and also um, I explained about the contributions, their contribution to the various field, and also arrival of Turks and the impact of Muhammad Ghori and the Ghaznese invasion. Today in this chapter, we are going to learn about the India's religious reformers and their philosophy and teachings, the life and teachings of Shankaracharya, Madhvacharya, Ramanujacharya, and Basaveshwara, the principles of Dvaita, Advaita, as well as Vishishta Advaita. So, children, you can see the picture here. So, these are the pictures of Shankaracharya, Madhvacharya, as well as Ramanujacharya. So, when you go to the socio-cultural history of India, the period between the 8th century and 13th century, it is very important in the history of India. And during this period, Shankaracharya, Madhvacharya, and the Ramanujacharya, who were the founders of three Vedic religion, they lived during this period, and they have started their own philosophy, that is the three major philosophies, that is Dvaita, Advaita, as well as the Vishishta Advaita. And also when you come to the Basaveshwara, when you come to the Basaveshwara of Kalyana, he has declared a social revolution against the caste and gender based discrimination. So during this period, during this century, there was a discrimination based on the caste and the gender, and he fought against the discrimination. He fought against this discrimination, and also in order to achieve the ideal situations, the three acharyas, that is Shankaracharya, Madhvacharya, as well as Ramanujacharya and Basaveshwara, they preached all the people to surrender to God based on the Bhakti Marga. Okay, they wanted to surrender to God based on which? Based on the Bhakti Marga, and also irrespective of caste, creed, and the richness. Means they preached that all are equal and they has to surrender to God irrespective of caste, creed, as well as the richness. Okay, so this it was taught by the three acharyas as well as Basaveshwara. Now next let us move on towards the Shankaracharya. Shankaracharya, he was born in the village called as a Kaladi in Kerala, and he was born in a Nambudari Brahmin family. His parents was Shivaguru as well as Aryamba, and he was very intelligent from his young age. At the age of 7 years, mastered, means he has learned all the scriptures, and he has learned about the Vedas and the Puranas from his guru, that is from his teacher Govinda Bhagavad Pada. Govinda Bhagavad Pada was his guru, and also he studied the Upanishads. He has studied the Upanishads and the Brahma Sutras in depth, and he propagated, that is, he has founded the Advaita philosophy. According to this Advaita philosophy, or according to Shankaracharya, Brahma is the absolute truth. Means he is stressing that only God. Here, Brahma refers to the God. God is true. God is truth. The rest of the world is false. The soul, that is Atma. Atma is one with Brahma. Means is saying that Brahma as well as the Atma is one, and life is not separate from Brahma. So he is stressing that, he is saying that Atma, that is the soul, as well as the Brahma, that is God. God is one. It is not separate. Does not separate. And also is saying that the world is Maya and illusion, and Brahma is the absolute truth. The people are ignorant and they are not aware of the illusionary nature of the world, and they are also not aware of the Brahma is the truth. Hence, we should go on the path of knowledge and realize the nature of the world. Ultimately, we should merge our Atma, that is the soul. Our soul has to be merged with the Brahma, that is with the God. Only then we can attain moksha or the salvation, and also it is also called as a liberation. So in this manner Shankaracharya taught the path of knowledge. The human soul has no separate existence. Okay, so he's saying that Shankaracharya is saying that the human soul, it is not separated, it is not separate, it is not separate existence. He is expressing that the fact phrase, this in his a phrase called as a aham brahmasmi, and he declares that Brahma is truth, that is the God is truth, and it has no qualities, that is God is not having any qualities, that is not having any features, is not having any qualities, and is not having any shape, that is no qualities, no features, as well as a no shape. Nirguna, Nirakara, Nirvikara. Okay, so these are the this is been declared by Shankaracharya about the God or about the Brahma. So Shankaracharya, he has written many books. Shankaracharya, he has many books based on the Bhakti Marga. Based on the Bhakti, he has written many books. For example, Shankara Bhasha, Ananda Lahari, Saundarya Lahari, Shivananda Lahari, Viveka Chudamani, Prabhuda, Sudhakara, and Dakshinamurti Srota. Okay, these are the some of the works which has been written by the Shankaracharya, and his hymn Bhaja Govindam is world famous. And Shankaracharya, he has traveled from Kanyakumari to Kashmir on foot, and he propagated his Advaita philosophy, means he has spread his Advaita philosophy. So in order to spread his message to his philosophy, he established the Pitas, that is institutions in the four directions or four corners of India, and Shankaracharya gave Indian thinking a new direction as well as a inspiration. Okay, the four Pitas are the institution which has been established is the, okay, in the north he has established a Jyotir Pita, that is in the Badri. In the Badri he has established the Jyotir Pita, and towards the west he has established the Dwaraka. He has established the Kalika Pita, that is in the Dwaraka. In the east, that is in Puri, he has established the Govardhana Pita in Puri, and towards the south, in Sringeri, he has established the Sharada Pita. Children, I think that you might have visited the Sringeri, which is the very famous tourist place in India. There he has established a Sharada Pita. You might have seen the Sharada temple in Sringeri. So it is the institution which has been established by the Shankaracharya, and also even in Kanchi he has established a Pita or an institution called as a Kamakoti Pita. Okay, these are the Pitas or the institutions which has been established by the Shankaracharya. So children, I hope you might have understood about the Shankaracharya. Next, let us move on towards the Ramanujacharya. Ramanujacharya, he was born in Sri Perambudur near Chennai, and his father was Keshava Somayaji and his mother was Kantimati. He studied Veda and Upanishad at Yadava Prakasha in Kanchi, the famous learning center in South India. Okay, this is one of the institution which is very famous in South India, that is the Yadava Prakash. There he has learnt about the Vedas as well as the Upanishads. Then he went to Srirangam and he became head of the Math in Srirangam. Then Ramanujacharya, okay, he was having a conflict with the Chola ruler who was a Shaiviti. Okay, here Shaiviti refers to the people who believe in Shiva, Lord Shiva, and he started pestering Ramanujacharya. So he was invited. So during this time, he was invited by a Hoysala king of Karnataka, that is by Bitti Deva. Okay, Bitti Deva is also called as a Vishnuvardhana, and Vishnuvardhana has invited Ramanujacharya to his kingdom. And it is said that later, Bitti Deva, it is said that after Ramanujacharya he has visited his Hoysala kingdom, Bitti Deva he has accepted the Vaishnava tradition and he was called as a Vishnuvardhana. Ramanujacharya he also went to Melukote and he built a temple called as a Cheluvanarayana temple. It has been built by Ramanujacharya, which is very famous. Ramanujacharya had a keen interest to show the path of salvation, that is moksha. He wanted to show the path of salvation or the moksha to the common people. So he founded a new philosophy called as a Vishishtadvaita. Okay, this is the philosophy which was founded by Ramanujacharya. According to this philosophy, Jiva means that is a life, and Prakriti is a nature or under the control of Brahma, means the life and nature it is under the control of Brahma. Here already I told you all, the Brahma is who? Brahma is a God. So the life as well as the nature is under the control of the God. Both Atma and Paramatma. Atma is a Jiva, that is the life, and Paramatma is a God. Okay, he is saying that Atma as well as the Paramatma cannot be one. Okay, these both are different. The Atma is under the control of the Paramatma. He said that world is express manifestation of Brahma, and world is reality. And in order to achieve mukti or the salvation, bhakti and prapati. Bhakti is praying to God. Prapati is surrendering to God. Okay, so complete surrender to God, it is called as a prapati. Or these both are very important to achieve the salvation. Ramanujacharya he has criticized the caste system, and he preached his teaching to all. He taught them to stay away from the desires and surrender themselves to the will of God. So we have to stay away from the desires. Okay, our desires will be more. So we have to stay away from the desires and we have to surrender ourselves to the God with complete devotion. Okay, we have to stay away from the desires with complete devotion. So like this he has advocated the bhakti path for moksha. And Ramanujacharya he has studied many religious texts and he wrote books called as many books. He has wrote many books. For example, some books have been mentioned here. So that is a Vedanta Sangraha, Vedanta Sara, Vedanta Deepika, Sri Bhasha. Okay, these are some of the works which has been written by Ramanujacharya, and also he has given importance and the prominence to Bhakti path in his important book Gita Bhashya. Okay, in the Gita Bhashya he has given more importance for the Bhakti path. Okay, the way to Bhakti. And Ramanujacharya is been greatly influenced by by Saint Ramananda and the Raidas of North India, and they became the followers of Ramanujacharya. Similarly, the Aravidu as well as the Tulva dynasty of Vijayanagara kingdom were also the followers of his philosophy, and even many of the mats have been established by the Sri Vaishnavism in South India, that is a Yetiraja Mat, that is in Melukote and Sri Perumbudur, Parakala Mat in Mysore, then Ahobala Mat in the Ahobala Guntur in Andhra Pradesh, Andavan Mat in the Srirangam, and Vamai Malai Mat in the Suchindram. Okay, these are the mats which is very famous mats have been established by the Sri Vaishnavisms in the South India. Children, today I am ending about Ramanujacharya as well as the Shankaracharya here, and in the next class I'll continue about the Madhvacharya as well as Basaveshwara. And children, you can collect some of the works of Shankaracharya as well as Ramanujacharya, and also write about the institutions which has been established by the Shankaracharya as well as Ramanujacharya. Thank you, children.